Hi there and welcome to our introductory video on search engine optimization for the Picaholic network. My name's Cameron Saunders, I'm from Pace Optimization, and Pace and Picaholic have come together to provide a suite of services for Picaholic members. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the SEO process, how it applies to Picaholic members, and what it can do for you and your business. First question we probably should ask and get out of the way is, what is search engine optimization, or what is SEO? And put simply, it's the process of creating good rankings on Google for phrases that are relevant to your business or your website. There's plenty of good reasons to create search engine visibility for your website. Firstly, just like your business itself, your website needs marketing to attract visitors, and high rankings in the search engines are widely regarded as some of the best value marketing you can do for your business due to its low costs, its accountability. It's quite easy to assess the results. And its effectiveness in targeting the right sort of customers or potential customers at a time when they actually want to hear about you. And for me as a marketing consultant, that's probably the most important elements, the benefits of the who and the when. Who, in terms of targeting the right sort of people for your business niche. They're clearly searching for you. And lastly, the when. The value of marketing to people at the right time can't be underestimated. So creating very few other marketing formats can create that sort of combined benefit, those fundamentals of a good business outcome. On top of that, search engines tend to be responsible for sort of 30 to 70% of all of your website traffic. So it's a good reason to take it seriously, and it's going to drive a lot of your web inquiries. In terms of marketing, online marketing overall, successful organic search engine optimization is considered more effective than other forms of online marketing, such as paid Google ads or banner ads. Google ads have their merits, and we're going to talk about them in a little bit. But just to make sure there's no confusion, I have a couple of slides that briefly look at the different forms of online marketing techniques that are used today. First, we have a simple example of an organic search result. For instance, the hotel result at the top of the list there. Secondly, we have an example of a sponsored or a paid ad to the right. These are called Google AdWords. They can be very successful too. Lastly, here towards the bottom of the screen, we have examples of banner ads or tiles. So in studies done in the mid-noughties around the Pacific, they found that in terms of effectiveness, the organic search engine optimization outperformed Google ads and other forms of advertising in three main areas. People tended to have a higher opinion of the businesses that featured in the top listings of an organic search when compared to businesses that featured in the top of the sponsored ad listing. So there was a higher opinion, there was an extra integrity associated with a high organic ranking. Secondly, the issue of awareness. People tended to recall the higher organic rankings more often than they would recall the higher ad rankings. So raised awareness was a result of organic SEO. And lastly, people tended to read and click on organic results more often than they would read and click on the paid ads. Paid ads do have their merits, however, particularly in situations where organic search engine optimization simply can't be achieved. You might be targeting phrases that are too competitive, or for whatever reason. In that particular circumstance, we'd probably be looking at combining the two systems to make sure that the organic marketing is targeting phrases that we can achieve results for. We may have to aim a little bit lower. Meanwhile, a low-level paid Google ad campaign can work to sort of cover a few of the other bases, creating visibility for keywords that are simply too competitive for organic rankings in any reasonable time frame. Probably means also that the Google AdWord campaign is going to be a little bit expensive. But enough about search engine optimization for the minute. We'll move on to talk about the steps involved in the process. At Pace, we break the process down into three main areas. First of all, we look at the keyword analysis. We look at the optimization of the website itself and the ongoing monitoring of rankings over time. There's also a number of external factors that directly affect your Google rankings, so we'll take a quick look at those too. All right, the first stage of any SEO campaign is the keyword analysis. We take a good long look at the phrases that people use to find your industry and find your business. We look at quantity, how often these phrases are used to find people in your industry. We look for the busiest phrases, targeting as much traffic as we can for your website. And then secondly, we look at the competitiveness of those busy phrases. How hard is it to create a top ranking in that particular search space? And we'll settle on the series of phrases that we think we can create results for in a reasonable time frame. We'll estimate approximately when we think results will start to emerge for particular phrases, and as such, the keyword analysis becomes a bit of a roadmap for results and deliverables over the 6 or 12 month period, something you can refer to. The next stage of the optimization is probably the doing phase. It's the mods to the website itself. We will look at following the principles of emphasizing keywords that we've settled on. So we'll emphasize the keywords in terms of the text on the site, in terms of the code on the site. And ongoing fine-tuning is essential for good results here, because we'll create results in certain areas and need to make adjustments to the site to compensate. The next stage of the optimization, I suppose, is the doing itself. The doing of the optimization, it's the emphasis of the site, pointing it towards the keywords that we've targeted. So we'll look at emphasizing the text on the site, emphasizing the keywords that we're targeting in terms of the code on the website as well. Ongoing fine-tuning is essential for good rankings in this context. And a strong part of the SEO process is the job of increasing the quantity of other websites that link to yours. The more relevant that other site is to yours, the better. And secondly, I suppose if Google considers that other website authoritative or of a high status and it links back to your website, then all the better. You may also be running a blog or other social media profiles, and these can make a difference as well. And we'll explore and simplify this process at the outset of the SEO campaign. Last thing to look at, I suppose, is the accountability of the SEO service. So the reporting. Each month you receive a report showing where your website ranks in the major search engines. It shows trends up or down for different keywords, and will show where a ranking has been achieved where previously there was none, so a debut ranking. And it's a pretty simple way to account for the effectiveness of the whole campaign. Based on this information, and along with some analysis of your website traffic itself, we'll look to fine-tune the campaign further. The extent and regularity of these fine-tunes is determined by which package you opt for here as part of the Picaholic setup. You'll find a full rundown of packages and pricing either right here on this Picaholic page or on picaholic.com. It's actually a very exciting free service for the first 20 people to apply. It's a no obligation free consultation, telephone consultation with Pace to discuss SEO for your website. We'll look at how your website is going currently. Is it targeting the right phrases? How well optimized is it? Are you targeting keywords that are potentially too competitive and getting nowhere? And for those people who are doing no search engine marketing at all at the moment, we can look at what opportunities lie ahead. How busy is your particular industry or niche on the search engines? Look at the potential there. You'll also receive a free search engine ranking report as part of that initial trial. And that'll detail the current rankings of your site on the major search engines. So don't delay. Pace and Picaholic have worked together to create very integrated search engine solutions for Picaholic members that at a programming level that can't be matched by another provider. We ask you to take a minute at the really good value packages that we've got available here. And I'll look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for tuning in. I'll sign off now. Cameron here. Back to you again shortly. Thanks again.